he asked if he could stay in my house while I was gone. And I'm like I said, I'm maybe I was naive. Maybe I was naive. I would take accountability for my naiveness. But I'm think we're together all the
Yeah, I
time.
can't. I can't even. I can't even. I. I can't knock you. I
We're in
can't
a
knock you.
relationship.
I
Like
can't
this
knock
is
you. I
my
can't knock you.
boyfriend. This is
I
my
can't knock
man,
you.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't thinking that he was gonna like
It depends on what he.
so I'm minding my business. I'm just living my life like tra-la-la-la-la. And then so obviously, look, I have different cameras in my house. I have a camera in my living room, I have a camera in my kitchen, in
Oh,
my
this
garage,
man
in my
stole
daughter's
something.
room.
Lord Jesus.
Nope.
Oh Lord, he got caught. Oh, how you do that with the cat? Okay, I'm be
So
quiet.
I'm not a stalker, but it is my house, so
It's
I'm
your
gonna check my
house.
cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check my cameras. I got a doorbell camera. You know, I try to keep it safe around here,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna check my cameras. I'm not home.
Yeah.
You're in my house. I trust
Yeah.
you, but like, it's somebody in my
Absolutely.
house,
Absolutely. That's what they're there for. That's what I got them for.
right? Exactly. So while I was away, I got a notification. Well, I even before the notification, I had checked my cameras a few times and I witnessed like some concerning conversations with females. And I was just like, huh, okay, well, that's different.
In your house, though. I mean,
In my house, you know, I have the cameras. They're not hidden. Like you can see them very clearly when you come in. So I'm like, okay,
oh
all right, that's
man.
interesting. But I'm not a jealous type of woman. Like maybe I should be more jealous, who knows? But I didn't panic at the moment because like I don't know the context of the conversation, even though I don't know. I'm making excuses, I guess.
I'm about to say,
But
what did you hear that even had you like, bing, that's different?
I didn't hear the whole conversation because, like I said, I wasn't like watching it like that. But
Right.
the when I popped in, he was talking to some female, and she was saying her throat was hurting. And then he was like, "Well, you must have sucked the wrong dick, right?" And I was
Ah,
like,
yeah.
"Okay, that's weird." And then that's what he said. And then and then she was like, "Well," because it was on speakerphone. Like he was talking to her on speakerphone, so I could hear her responses. And she was just like, "Well, I don't like to suck dick." And then he was like, "Well, you ain't had no problem when you was sucking mine."
Oh.
And I said, "Well, that's interesting."
Oh my
And that
gosh.
was the conversation.
Okay.
I don't even remember
All
other.
right.
I just that's what I remember from the conversation. Because this was a while ago. So I was just like,
Ooh,
okay,
man.
I'm gonna take that note. I'm gonna save it for later.
Mental
Back
note.
to my-
Yeah.
and then it was weird because then later that night, we talked throughout the day because we always talk, and he was acting normal. There was nothing weird or anything. But then I got notification that my cameras was offline. The one in my living
Yo.
room.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The one in my living room. I'm in Alabama,
I would have
minding my
blew
business.
everything up.
I'm in Alabama, minding my business. Uh, I see that I got a notification. My living room camera is offline. My kitchen camera is now offline. The one in my daughter's room was working fine. He didn't go in there. And that was it. So I checked them and like before they went offline, obviously I could see like what happened like
Yeah.
right up to the point
Right.
that they were off. And I literally watched him like disable them like with my eyes. And I'm like
Like you walk right up to the camera and disabled it. You fool.
yeah,
Like I'm not gonna see you walk up to the damn
yeah.
camera. You fool.
And he did the one in the kitchen first. So I saw him from the living room do the one in the kitchen, check it, 3 times to make sure it was off, and then came around and I'm like and then he came around and did the other one in the living room. Like, you would think that he would do at least the one in the living room first so
Right,
that
so
he
you
wouldn't.
can't catch the other. Oh my lord! Like, oh, you know you bad when motherfucker gotta tell you how to do bad shit.
Yeah.
Like, you got to tell you how to cheat right. That's crazy. That's wild.
So I was like, okay, like, and this might have happened maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. And we actually had a conversation after that because we spoke like around 11 o'clock. He was like, oh yeah, babe, I miss you. How was the trip? Da 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 da. Da. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm good. Like, how's
Yeah.
everything there? Is everything? Oh, everything is great. I can't wait till you come home. All of that. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, well, mm, I don't know. I'm rationalizing my mind. I don't know what he is planning, so I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm not gonna tell him that I've seen what I saw
Oh,
because I
you
want to
might have
know
been
how
thinking
far.
like he might have been planning something for you or something.
I
You
didn't
know
have
what?
any
My mind would have never
idea.
went there, but that could have been a possibility at the time before you knew what you knew. But
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't know what he was where I just wanted to see where he was going with it, just to be honest. I
since
was
you already
curious.
seen what you saw, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, let's see what happens. I'm just watching it. It was like a TV show. So so then I think it was like 11 o'clock at night. We had our little good night conversation, whatever. So I go to sleep. 4 o'clock in the morning, I get a notification that my door is opening and closing. So I check the cameras. The obviously the living room and the kitchen one are not working. He has also put something over because I have a doorbell camera. You can't turn those off.
Yeah.
He put something on it to cover the doorbell camera,
What
so I
the
couldn't see. Yeah. But I also have a garage camera, so it
Oh, you
showed
got
that he
cameras
left.
everywhere. Oh, you cammed up in that thing. You cammed
I
up in
do.
there. Oh,
I have one in
he
just
was
in
done
case.
from jump. He was done from before he started.
So, the way that my camera is in the garage, it's perched up high, so there's obviously, like, a window there. So
Mm.
I saw that he pulled off and left, and I was like, "Okay, if you leaving, that's fine, I don't care. 4 o'clock in the morning, you're not in my house, whatever." But then he comes back, like, 20 minutes later, and I'm like, "Okay, maybe he went to the gas station." So I see him come back, I get a notification, 4 o'clock in the morning. I get a notification that my door is opening and closing again. And so I'm like, I know he didn't. I was like, I know he didn't bring anybody in my house.
Bruh, no,
I
hey,
know he didn't.
bruh.
That's not what happened. That's not what
Bruh.
happened. So I have, like I said, there's a camera in my daughter's room. Obviously, he's not in there, so I can't see anything, but I still have audio. So
Now
I
look,
turned
now look. He would have been a sir. You would have been a dirty, dirty, dirty dog. You would have went in her daughter room
right.
and turned that. You'd have been a real. You already dirty, but you would
Hmm.
have been a dirty, 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 dirty
Obviously,
dog.
he
You'd have went
wasn't
in that
thinking.
daughter's
He wasn't.
bedroom and turned that cam
Yeah.
off in there. You'd have been crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one was still active, but the way her room is, it's literally right next to the
But you
living
can
room,
hear.
so I could hear. So I turned the volume all the way up. I'm like, I'm just praying. Maybe I hear the TV. No, it's not the TV. There's a woman in my house, and I
That's
know they're smoking because then they start coughing and doing all of that. They're talking, kiki, and laughing, and I'm like, I cannot sit up here and listen to him fuck some other woman on my couch. Like
yeah, that's
I can't
wild.
do it.
Yeah,
I can't. So that's when I called him 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, did you bring somebody in my house? Like, what's going on? He's like, what? No, the cameras are working. What are you talking about? Like,
this is where this is where niggas this is where I disconnect from niggas.
mhm,
I, it's like a kid. Like,
mhm,
you got look at what I'm asking you. Look at what time I'm asking you what I'm asking you.
Mhm,
and think
mhm.
about
And
what
not
the
only
fuck you
that,
about to say to me. You think
yeah,
about what you about to say to me. You finna tell me my camera's off or they still
right.
working.
Don't believe what you see, believe what I'm telling you.
Why you in my house? You in my some of y'all,
So,
y'all is crazy, bruh.
yeah, so I'm like literally shaking in
Yeah.
my bed 400 miles away with anger because you're not about to okay, it's one thing to cheat, but now you're trying to play me for a fool because I'm stupid. I was smart before I was pretty. Don't play with me. Like,
Hello. Oh, hey there.
don't play with me.
Yeah.
Like, you are not about to play with my intelligence right now. So I said, please leave my home. I was rather calm to me. I could have called the cops. I could have set the alarm off. I could have done all that stuff. And I
Yeah.
was tempted. I really was. I was like, siren. I could just press the
What made
siren.
you
Like,
not do it?
I don't know.
Cause I ain't
I was
gonna lie. I
like,
think, ladies, when y'all hear this, what y'all would have did? What y'all had called the cops, bruh? I think y'all would.
somebody's in my house. They broke in.
Yeah,
Please.
call a
Like,
brother. You called your brother. Somebody coming over there.
yeah, but I mean, I believe if he hadn't had left immediately, I would have, but I wanted to give him that chance, like, "Get out of my house,
So he
leave,"
did
and
leave.
he did leave, he took his stuff, he left, and that was the last time I saw him.